precision is impeccable, her demeanor unflappable. Miss Felicity Lemon is the ultimate no-nonsense secretary to the great Hercule Poirot. But who is the talented actress behind this iconic role? Today we delve into the fascinating life and career of Pauline Moran.
Artichoke soup, served from a tureen, fish pie and apple tart. I was chatting to the maid. She had some time off to see a film. All four of them ate the same thing.
Excellent, Miss Lemon.
Welcome back, mystery enthusiasts. If you are a fan of Agatha Christie mysteries, then you surely recognize this face. Pauline Moran brought Miss Lemon to life with such grace and charm. It was 1989 when ITV's Agatha Christie's Poirot cast her as Miss Felicity Lemon, the meticulous and efficient secretary to David Suchet's Poirot. Little did she know this role would become the highlight of her career. I didn't really expect to get it because I know the character of Miss Lemon and I'm not exactly as she is described in the books, the actress said. She has wiry hair and a pince-nez and is very, very exacting. I certainly don't fit that description. Nevertheless, Moran's portrayal of Miss Lemon was nothing short of brilliant. She captured the essence of Christie's character perfectly, from her no-nonsense attitude to her unwavering loyalty to Poirot.
There's one for you, Chief Inspector.
Oh, thank you.
None for Mr. Poirot, because I read an article on the train how ice cream was extremely bad for the little grey cells.
And two for me, because mine are dead already.
Agatha Christie described Miss Lemon as the perfect machine and a woman without imagination, but she ran Hercule Poirot's life for him. It was well known that the whole of Miss Lemon's heart and mind was given, when she was not on duty, to the perfection of a new filing system which was to be patented and bear her name, as Christie wrote about Miss Lemon's passion to filing and organizing.
Thank you, Miss Lemon. You may now go back to your filing. Miss Lemon dreams of the perfect filing system, besides which all other filing systems will sink into oblivion.
Poirot described her as being unbelievably ugly and incredibly efficient. Anything that she mentioned as worth consideration usually was worth consideration. Well, the ITV's Miss Lemon, thanks to the brilliant Pauline Moran, was definitely not ugly at all. On the opposite, she is portrayed as an attractive, fashionable and emotional woman, showing an occasional soft spot for Poirot.
If you please, Miss Lemon, do you have 2 pennies?
For a tip, Mr. Poirot?
For the telephone, Miss Lemon.
Pauline herself found something she had in common with Miss Lemon. She has the same fastidiousness and obsession with detail and precision as Poirot. I have a great amplitude for great detail myself. Many believe that there was something going on between the detective and his secretary. Well, at least from her side. Yet David Suchet, in his book Poirot and Me, dispels the speculations, highlighting the acting mastery of Moran, who managed to convey their peculiar relationship in a perfectly precise manner. Poirot was always respectful and charming towards women, wrote Suchet. He was also always reserved with them, and she, Pauline Moran as Miss Lemon, remained meticulously professional with him in every scene, never flirting for a moment, no matter how much she might have cared about him privately. She was a wonderful secretary and a very, very proper with Poirot, Moran would add herself. If she was even seconds late, both of them would be horrified.
I'm afraid, Miss Lemon, you must use a different perfume.
I never wear perfume to work, Mr. Poirot.
You don't?
It'd be most inappropriate.
It's curious that Agatha Christie wasn't apparently too much into the figure of Poirot's secretary. Miss Lemon, like Mrs. Oliver, originally appeared as Parker Pyne's secretary in Christie's Parker Pyne stories, and she only features in 4 Poirot novels and 4 short stories. So many of Miss Lemon's unique and quirky traits have been brought to us by the screenwriters and perhaps the actress herself. Indeed, Pauline brought such a unique energy to Miss Lemon. Her ability to balance the character's seriousness with subtle humor was incredible. Together with David Suchet, Hugh Fraser and Philip Jackson as Inspector Japp, the Big Four, as they call them, the actors had a fantastic on-screen chemistry. Oh yeah, I have a very detailed video about the fictional characters of Poirot's sidekicks as shown in the ITV series, so don't miss it after you finish watching this video.
What's your name, Chief Inspector?
Name? What name?
Your first name?
James.
James Japp.
Jim. Jimmy Japp.
Jamie Japp?
Chief Inspector Japp and I will leave you to play.
No doubt this part brought Moran fame and, yeah, immortality, why not? But have you seen the actress in some other roles? Or perhaps you do know something about her life? Well, I didn't, and nobody I asked did. Well, it means it is a perfect opportunity to discover the personality and pathway of Moran in acting and in life. Pauline Moran was born on 26 of August 1947 in Blackpool, Lancashire, England. By the way, this makes her the exact age mate with David Suchet, who in the series played her boss, Monsieur Hercule Poirot, who was certainly much older than the elegant Miss Lemon. Alas, there is not much you can find about Pauline's personal life. Like, I found out that she had a sister, at least one, she adores cats, I do too, and was famous for her particularly elaborate dinner parties at her Pimlico flat in London, where she apparently has been living alone. I'm not against boyfriends, the actress said in one interview, but I think marriage is geared up for men and offers them far more than it does for women. So I'll try to unveil the professional pathway of the actress who was lucky to touch the hearts of over 1 billion viewers in the world.
Apparently Dr. McAllister's what they call a woman's doctor.
A gynecologist?
No. Woman seems to be a general term for neurotic.
Just like many actors, Pauline displayed a passion for the performing arts from a young age. At first, she was studying acting under a private teacher. I always knew that I wanted to go to the Royal Academy of Dramatic Art to train as an actress. Back at the time, Moran was playing in an all-female music band. Keep watching this video to get to know better about this head of hers. So, her idea was that she would earn money as a rock musician and use those funds to pay for RADA. And it worked. And again, just like many of her colleagues, after graduating from RADA in 1972, Moran didn't dive straight into television. Instead, she spent years performing in a repertory theatre across the UK, where she refined her skills and developed a deep appreciation for the intricacies of character work. Actually, there is a perfect explanation for that, if I may. Well, the golden age of TV was still yet to come, so no wonder actors, especially in England, were predominantly trained as theatre performers and looked for the parts in this field. In the 70s, TV projects were still gathering pace, so Moran followed the path of her predecessors and dived into stage acting. I can't say she became a leading actress, but still constantly performed in solid casts with the prestigious Royal Shakespeare Company and the internationally acclaimed Glasgow Citizens Theatre.
It was all for the best, I suppose.
She also tried her luck in some popping TV projects, which were already gathering pace and exploring the possibilities brought by this new medium. So, Pauline Moran used to appear in some small parts in episodes of different series from the mid-1970s.
The snow. Oh, I love it. Snowflakes falling on my face.
In movies, she was mostly cast for minor supporting roles in films such as Woman in Black from 1989, Britain's scariest horror film as they spoke about it, where Moran got the part of an eccentric widow, Mrs. Drablow, who lives in her estate on the northeast coast of England. When it was first broadcast at 9 p.m. on Christmas Eve 1989, this movie caused a serious stir. Made specifically for TV, it was said to have wowed critics and ruined Christmas for a generation, having haunted all who watched it. I was cast for my ability to convey malevolence with no warmth at all, confessed Moran. Apparently, she did it perfectly, since much of the film's power lied in her portrayal of the woman in black, particularly the wordless, withering glares of hatred she directs at the key male character. In those days, I was quite pre-Raphaelite and ethereal. There is a sadness in there and a pure hate for what's been done to her. I tried to convey what's happening in her mind. The actress spoke about her heroine. Have you had a chance to see this movie then? Share your experience in the comments. Perhaps her first notable appearance in TV series before Poirot was in the 1983 Cleopatras, where she played Cleopatra Berenike in 2 episodes out of an 8-part historical drama by BBC.
In Egypt, the crown descends in the female line. I am the widow of one king and the daughter of another.
Despite featuring real-life historical figures, it was still a fictional plot set in ancient Egypt. The cast was superb, yet the reviews were mixed, controversial, and even rather harsh, to say the least. Well, these things happen, right? Moran didn't get discouraged, I suppose, and kept engaging in different projects on TV while maintaining her career on stage. And then, 6 years later, in 1989, came ITV's Poirot.
I do not like these urgent messages, Miss Lemon.
I never reply to urgent messages. I know they're going to be unpleasant.
No one knew it was going to be such a success. Not only David Suchet, but the amazing cast of his sidekicks contributed to the part.
It's nearly complete, you see. My system. Every one of your cases classified and cross-referenced 5 different ways.
5?
Oh, yes.
All in all, Moran was quite extensively engaged in the series from its beginning until 2001. In other words, you may meet her in 31 episodes in seasons 1 to 9, except season 4, and then she reappeared in the final episodes in 2013. Alas, there wasn't much happening in her wider audience career after Poirot. In 2003, Moran appeared in a small part in Byron, a British television film based on the adult life of English poet Lord Byron. And then again, a decade later, in 2014, she got a small part in a star-cast period drama, A Little Chaos, directed by Alan Rickman, Ironside himself, and Kate Winslet. After that, Pauline Moran seems to have bowed out of the acting game. She did spend 4 years as an equity counselor for an actors' union with a focus on gender equality, yet her life encompassed much more than acting alone. Beyond Poirot and other gigs on TV and theatre engagements, Pauline Moran's career spans over quite curious domains like music and astrology, no more no less. Quite a multi-talented individual.
Relax. Relax.
In the 1960s, she was a member of the band The She Trinity. Did you know that fact? She Trinity was an all-female pop group from 1965 to 1970. All members played their own instruments, quite a rarity for the period, and Moran played bass guitar. Their single, He Fought the Law, reached the UK charts, showcasing another facet of her artistic talent. How did she even end up playing in the band? I think I answered an advert for a female bass player in, was it the New Musical Express or probably the Melody Maker? Joking aside, Moran confessed that that wasn't her first musical gig, and that she began playing in another band already in her early teenage years back in Blackpool, and it was called The Misfits. Moran was a naturally gifted musician. Her colleagues by the group remembered that she had the most fabulous ear, like she could listen to something and play it immediately. Moran proudly points out that she remains a member of the Musicians' Union to this very day.
Mr. Poirot, I am trying to be helpful.
Miss Lemon, I am very grateful to you, but really I have no need of the hypnotics. I prefer to use my little grey self.
And as for astrology, this endeavor of hers flourished exactly alongside Moran's participation in the Poirot series. Do you remember that in some of the episodes, the screenwriters placed a special emphasis on Miss Lemon's attraction to magic and spiritualism? Like, we learn that she adores reading tarot cards, practices hypnotism, and otherwise tries to communicate with the spirit world.
Hastings, what means this with the planchette?
Oh, we're just fooling around. It's interesting, though. We think this could be from King Men-Hurrah.
Hastings, please pull yourself together. We have business to which we must attend.
These details were not mentioned in any book by Christie, so I guess this hobby of Miss Lemon was a special tribute to Pauline Moran, who, apart from being an actress, began to describe herself as an astrologer at the time.
I don't know how you can tell her such guff, Poirot.
No, Hastings, it is not a guff.
By the way, apropos de Poirot's fictional character, the actress said that he would definitely be a Virgo. His attention to detail is a very Virgo trait. And in regards to her own success within the series, this she also predicted by the stars.
Can't make it out.
Yes. There's a C. That's an L.
It's not very clear.
It's definitely trying to say something, though.
Outside of the show, Moran is known to have identified an innovative and entirely practical method of using astrology to help parents guide their child's development. My reports emphasize the inner child and show where latent potentials lie, the actress said on her website. We should encourage them. It's not a collection of absolutes. We can develop what supports growth and transforms the energy lost in negative behavior. There are infinite possibilities.
You do realize I can't guarantee any results, Mr. Poirot?
I have the most complete faith in you, Miss Lemon.
Moran confessed that she developed this interest when she was very young, back in the 1960s. She first offered her astrological reports in 1987, even before becoming our beloved Miss Lemon, and this reportedly resulted in many repeat orders from satisfied clients. However, she hasn't been doing this any longer in these recent years.
The power of superstition. It is a power that is very great indeed.
What's more, I also found some mentions that she has been an accomplished dressmaker and designer. For example, it is known that Moran made many costumes for the music bands she belonged to and has always made most of her own real-life clothes. Another personal hobby of hers that was incorporated into Miss Lemon's eye for fashion and stylish outfits, which the actress particularly enjoyed. From her early days on the stage to her unforgettable role as Miss Lemon, Pauline Moran's career is a testament to her talent and charisma. Some might say Moran became a hostage of this only character of Miss Lemon. I wouldn't agree here. Quite the opposite. With this lucky part, she was able to reach the hearts of millions of viewers, not only in English-speaking countries, but all over the globe. Like, how many actors are there who have received such a gift in their profession? So, there is no doubt Pauline Moran has left an indelible mark on the world of entertainment. So, the next time you watch Poirot and see Miss Lemon's impeccable filing system or her witty exchanges with Poirot, remember the incredible journey of Pauline Moran, an actress whose talent goes far beyond the role that made her famous. I hope you enjoyed this deep dive into her life. Thank you for watching and stay tuned for more behind-the-scenes stories of your favorite stars. Bye!
The office of Poirot is closed for business. Miss Lemon, cover up your typewriter. Good day to you, Chief Inspector Japp. And Hastings, will you please go home and nurse your unfortunate affliction?